Hey everybody, this is Tim Wolf on Monday afternoon, and the Grammys, 2020 Grammys were last night. I'm going to talk a little bit about that, and the big winner, of course, was Billie Eilish. She took home the big four awards of Record of the Year, Song of the Year, Album of the Year, and Best New Artist, and that hasn't been done since early 80s when Christopher Cross did it. Christopher Cross, of course, was soft rock, later on became known as yacht rock. Not a very positive, I mean, he's a punchline, been a punchline because his career really fizzled out after that. And so to have Billie Eilish and her brother Finneas, who's her producer and what she said numerous times, her closest friend, be compared to them, I don't know if that's really fair. But the last person to do that in the early 80s was Christopher Cross, who really fell off the face of the earth as far as his music career goes. He was a really safe bet at the time, and he was the last person to win all four awards, and the only person in the history of them having all four awards. So Billie Eilish and Christopher Cross are the only two people who have done that. So that's kind of interesting. What will happen to Billie Eilish? I mean, she's young. She's the youngest to have won so big. She's only 18 years old, barely 18. Some of the articles that I've read, how did she do it? Well, and this article that I've got here from Billboard magazine says that if 2 years ago when she was 16, you had told her fans she was going to have the success that she's had, the general feeling would have been, how is that going to happen? Because her music is really kind of off the beaten path. And the Billboard says that if you would have said that, you probably would have thought, well, the only way that's going to happen is if her music changes. And her music didn't change. She's still the eccentric, kind of unpredictable, alternative rock kind of a person with punk rock influences. And she stayed true to herself. And her music has just caught on. She hasn't changed her music, her and her brother. They do their music in the bedroom of their home. And it's just really a different kind of a way of approaching it. She's very eccentric, and she doesn't. A lot of young artists post, I see on Instagram, they post a lot of pictures of themselves scantily clad or seductive poses. She's the antithesis of that. I mean, she wears baggy clothes, and she's saying, I don't want to have to show my body, and I applaud her for that. And most of her lyrics and content is pretty safe, other than the odd phrase like might seduce your dad type. I mean, she does have that in the song that won Song of the Year. That was one of the lines. So yeah, she's for the most part safe, and parents of her fans, of her cult following, don't really have a problem with her music. I personally love her music. It's very well produced, and in fact, it won. One of the awards it won was her brother Finneas, who they're incredibly close, and they do, like I said, all their recording in the bedroom of their home. It won for Best Engineered Album, Non-Classical, and I believe it says Billie Eilish here in this article, but I believe that would have gone to Finneas because he was the producer and did most of the engineering. I think there was some other engineer on there. So, I mean, kudos to them. And what does it mean for the future of music? I mean, according to the analysis that I read, the only person who kind of she was very commercially successful, and the only other person who could have competed with her because of the success was Ariana Grande. And the analysis that I read said that Ariana Grande kind of faded in the popular zone in the second half of 2019, which is this about, whereas Billie Eilish really gained steam and just dominated both in the commercial success and also the critical success. She's got it all going on, which is why she was able to do the clean sweep. And according to this article, well, Grande's run felt like it was piggybacking a little on her album Sweetener from 2018, with her momentum petering out a little in the year's back end. Eilish basically owned the calendar from front to back. And Eilish is really Irish for Elizabeth, is one thing that I learned when I read up on her. She's just amazing. She's just interesting. She's unpredictable. And I think they're self-aware. I saw an interview on the red carpet, and her brother, who's just a couple years older than she is, I think he's like 21, and he also won for Producer of the Year. So he won a Grammy on his own right. And he shares in some of those. I think he should share in as a producer in Record of the Year and definitely Songwriter of the Year, because he's listed as a co-writer for Bad Guy, which won Song of the Year. And he won for Producer of the Year, which is a huge, I mean, it's aggregate. I mean, to win, that's the best producer on the planet in popular music if you win Producer of the Year, and he won that. So, I mean, the O'Connells just took it all home and dominated. And I saw an interview on the red carpet, and they were asking him, how are you taking this in? And Finneas said, we're not. And maybe 2 years later, we'll look back and go, hey, remember that night? So they're self-effacing. They're not at all arrogant in the way they presented it. I know Billie Eilish won an award when she was still 17, Woman of the Year, I think it was AMA's. And she said, it's kind of weird to be named Woman of the Year when you're only 17. And she's right. They have a lot of self-awareness that is just really interesting and great. I mean, I think it's great. So some of the other wins that happened that I especially took note of, Producer of the Year, like I said, Finneas. Lizzo took home, I think, her first Grammy for Best Pop Solo Performance. Truth Hurts. Just love her stuff. Just love her attitude. Love her confidence. Elvis Costello won for Best Traditional Pop. I wonder, what is traditional pop versus just regular pop? Lil Nas X won 2. He won for Best Pop Duo with Billy Ray Cyrus, and they also won Best Video, which was really cool. I think the video was the one where he's riding the horse and then they're riding in the car. Kev Mo won for Best Americana. Further on down the list, Gary Clark. Love to see Gary Clark, blues artist. He won, I think, 3. He won Best Rock Song for This Land, Best Rock Performance for This Land, and he also won a blues one, but I didn't see it on this list. So I'm pretty sure he won 3, which is really cool. Contemporary Christian, King and Country, Burn the Ships. I don't know much about them. I'm definitely going to listen to this album. I'm a Christian, and I love contemporary Christian music, and I'm going to listen to this. Kirk Franklin won, which must be his umpteenth, for Best Gospel Album. I mean, how many? He has to have won a number of them already because he's been around a long time. And Tanya Tucker won her first one. First one ever. She's had such a career, and she won Best Country Song for Bring My Flowers Home. And Willie Nelson won for Best Solo Performance for Ride Me Back Home. For some old school guys. I mean, Willie Nelson is in his 80s now, and he won a Grammy. Best Music Video, like I said, Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus. Toward the back of the page, Best Engineered Album, Non-Classical, Billie Eilish, but I believe that goes to Finneas. And then Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper won a couple. Lady Gaga won for I'll Never Love Again film version. And Best Compilation Soundtrack for Visual Media, Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. So Bradley Cooper now has won. He won an Academy Award for the song, and then also Shallow. And now Best Compilation, now he's got a Grammy. So he's at least halfway home to an EGOT. He needs a Tony and he needs an Emmy to get the EGOT. And then, of course, of note, one of my favorites, Gus Polinski won Best Polka Song for Polka Polka Polka, and big fan. Anyway, so that's my summary of the Grammys. Just exciting stuff. Sad time right now. Kobe Bryant dying in the helicopter crash, and everybody's kind of reeling from that. And I'm a big NBA fan. It's always sad to see someone die so early. We never know when we're going to take our last breath. We just have to remember that, live life to the fullest, and make our lives count. So that's all I got today. Hope everybody's doing great, and we'll see you next time. Hi, this is Tim Wolf. Thanks so much for watching my video. Please remember to like below, follow my channel, and comment. Give me comments below what you thought, what you liked about the video. Till next time.